we have the next session, which is about smart logistics and the easy integration into SAP. If you might have followed the session before, you will have had a sneak preview on this topic, but we will go a little bit more in detail. And especially my colleague Roland Avar next to me and Jonas Mutz from SAP, who is remote via WebEx, will give you more information about that. What is it all about? Well, knowing where your assets are is a perfect first step. But what to do with all this information and how to use it in a beneficial way? Wouldn't it be easy if the assets talk to SAP by themselves without us having a lot of integration to do? So, Jonas and Roland, I assume you have great ideas for that topic, so shoot away.
Thank you very much. So today we will make a journey for you all, where we will show you the real-time locating system of a SIG, where we will also show you the data which comes from the sensors, localization itself, and as well the business process data, and also where we will show you how the data makes your smart supply chain today. That being said, before we start to talk about smart logistics, we should maybe define some initial challenges which we have today. And those challenges are related that today there is still a lot of manual entries. Manual entries means also a lot of errors. Therefore, we still do have a lack of real-time data and as well reliable data. A lot of time is spent on search and find of various assets. Therefore, most of the companies increase their manpower by being more effective. Of course, SIG made a solution here, a structured, complete solution, which is to be used in industrial applications, which is also called Tag-LOC system. So the system itself gives you an exact position of your assets, such as forklifts, milk runs, workpieces, and similar in real time. So by tracking and tracing, by tracking and tracing the asset in real time, you are able to continuously follow your goods and as well material flow. Tag-LOC system also gives you additional benefits, which are then correlated with cutting unproductive time by roughly 20%, and as well the cut of average search time of most likely 45 minutes to 15 minutes. So that's a drop of 66%. When all data is in the system, so which digitalized, also the audits itself are streamlined and easy to be done. Also, the production quality is increased due to the fact of having the real-time information and able to act when some errors, unpredictable errors occur in real time. So it's basically you are having just-in-time solution capability. Also, when we talk about digital supply projects, it's not that one technology fits everything. That's why we see the Tag-LOC system as a best fit. So on one side, we get which object is in the flow information from our identification system. Also, localization data. We exceed the identification of the object, so where some object is at a given time within the real time. Also, at the end, analytic is available, where we are able to understand and see potential of flow optimization. Our offer here is made as a complete solution, where we would like to point one very important service out, and this is consulting, which actually gives our customers an assistance when we talk about digitalization of supply chain, as we are giving the customers support at choosing the best price performance technology, but as well giving them the correct architecture for it. Also, in correlation to this, the appropriate return on investment and TCO, so total cost of ownership calculation, is done. Also, in correlation to the consultancy, we would like also to point one specific software which we develop. So it's technology-independent software called Asset Analytic, which on one hand gives you standard services, on other customized services. Also, there is an available API through which we are able to get reliable data, not just from the SIG data source, then as well from third party. So in that case, we are supporting some standards like OMLOGs, but also from here, we developed in correlation with SAP a smart logistic solution. So coming now to the topic, what is a smart logistics solution? So you see that we are combining on one side process business data from SAP together with the sensor and localization data. So combining those two worlds, our customer got complete end-to-end IoT solution, and they have fully integrated solution into SAP ERP. And in that case, we are talking about the complete transparency within our digital supply chain projects. Also, automated goods booking is assured. So let's have more closer look. So where can we see a smart logistic solution? So of course at SIG, where we equipped various or a few warehouses at our locations with indoor architecture. Also, we equipped milk runs, racks, pallets with a tag, as shown on the right side of the video. And we are able, through our software, to give information about the material, so how the material is moving. As well, we are giving this transparency about the material flows. At the end, you are able to plan dynamically your production plans, and to the fact that we integrated the complete solution to a module of SAP called Global Track and Trace. The complete solution is now also able not just to do the automatic booking due to the fact of some features which we developed, then as well to get this whole shop floor transparency at what we call at our fingertip. So to be more precise and to jump more into the details, let's look at material transfer process, where we see key components such as SmaRT application and as well the data coming from our Tag-LOC system. So we distinguished three processes, like shown on the slide, which comes to the goods picking, transportation, and goods receiving. Each of those processes have some or more relevant data sources or softwares, such as what we see warehouse management system, such as Global Track and Trace, SAP, but as well our SmaRT application and Tag-LOC system. We have different locations, and each of the location has different set of material flow, and each of those is combined with logically triggered event. So we deep dive into the first process, where we see within our software, where we are scanning it with the barcode, our ultra-wideband tag. Also, we are scanning a material document. And now what we are doing, we are coupling those two events together in one digital logical unit called also transport unit. And we are just within the software choosing appropriate destination where this should go. And this destination is defined within a virtual geozone. The next one, as we already mentioned, the indoor architecture of ultra-wideband was done. In real time, we know by coupling the material to the asset, exact position of material. And we are using our virtual geozone function to say that this material is now coming to the dispatch zone as planned. That being said, so when we talk about seamless tracking, also we are able to track our trucks leaving from one factory to another. So by using our industrial IoT gateway device coming with GPS function, so all data also from GPS is gathered in our software called Asset Analytic, and the data is then also available in real time. Now we know that the material is in transit, and now the second one, we also, as we are tracking the truck with GPS, we know the time of arrival. but this information correlates then with information from indoor infrastructure, where all assets are tracked, and we are able to calculate the first one, which is coming to the inbound area. And this first one, if free, is, as we also mentioned before, all assets are tracked, like now showing on the video our forklift, which was actually the free one and the nearest one. We are just picking our rack, which came out of the truck, by also having both real-time positions within our system. So of course, each of those process steps is triggered through usage of our logical digital virtual zone and by getting the events. Next to it, we have the racks, which are tracked with, of course, our ultra-wideband tag. And within our software, in real time, we leverage our geozone function, and we know where our racks are moving from which production station to which production station. So in real time, we know exact status. The final, what is the scope of all digital I would say digital transformation projects, or in that case supply chain projects, is to get KPI dashboard, which we, with cooperation with SAP, developed, because we said the importance of sensor localization, but as well business process data. Only by combining those two, we are talking about full transparency, and this is already done within a KPI dashboard, SmaRT user interface, where we leverage the information from our system, but as well from SAP, and on fingertip, immediately you know your status. That being said, we would like to point of the smart logistics solution 4 important benefits. The first one, what we heard today, the transparency. It's related actually to getting the detailed information about transport unit content and according to correlation to assigned milestone model. Also, within this solution, you are able to make your process automation. So meaning that you have no more manual postings. And the third one, the automatic transport unit creation, reflects most on the no more needed manual effort, where, for example, before you needed to scan a lot of time, now this is not needed anymore. And at the end, no more too late, we have a lot of solutions nowadays, and still we have lack of the information. So this is very important, because the milestone model in global track and trace from SAP now knows in real-time events when something was triggered, and this is also giving our customers who want from a digitalization, from supply chain digitalization, a real-time accurate information within one system, and therefore they are now able to react predictively, as all the information is in real time present. That being said, you might see now the importance, when we talk about digital supply chain projects, of cooperation with SAP. In that case, because the customers with the SmaRT logistic solution can expect end-to-end integrated solution. As well, this solution gives an interoperability between different elements of supply chain. By one side, you are integrating real-time data from the shop floor, and this is then relating to a business process. So of course, everything is monitorized, and all SAP business transactions have then appropriate information, and in real time, you are monitoring the milestones with transport unit. At the end, by cooperating SIG with SAP, you will also get the from the, I would say, from the partnership, track and trace knowledge, where you are able to boost your digital projects. That being said, we had also an opportunity to have a speaker, Mr. Jonas Mutz from SAP, here in this call today, that he also, from the SAP point of view, can point how important the sensor and localization data is in correlation with business process. So, Mr. Mutz, the stage is now yours.
All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. War, for providing an overview of SmaRT and presenting the scenario. I want to take a brief look at the topic IoT connected to our business process a little bit more broadly. So we can say from an SAP perspective, we know the business process, the documents, we have a virtual representation of the process flow, right, of the logistics execution that is happening. But in order, as you mentioned, to have the full visibility, right, to achieve an extensive monitoring and the option to even automate your processes, it's crucial to also integrate the physical movement data from the real world. So the winning strategy is really by combining the IoT services from the SIG localization system, providing condition monitoring, live tracking, but also the business process monitoring service from the SAP Global Track and Trace, and both are fully integrated into the SAP backend system. So on the next slide, I would like to give you some insights on the benefits and also the possibilities that we have. Now, through the data integration that we have, right, with our solution from DIG, but also cooperation with SAP, I think the key benefit is that through the integration that we have and to leverage the integration across all the components that we have, we can really reduce integration costs and time by this fully integrated end-to-end scenario and solution that we have. So from the sensing hardware to the enterprise context. Using the Xento tags that Mr. Avar explained, we can also reduce the manual scanning and really achieve some automated sensing and integrating the sensor data directly into the GGT world, which means the business context. And this will really help you to automate your processes. But nevertheless, you also should take care of the exception management, right? So what happens if something goes wrong? What happens if you have some deviation from the plan? So what we also have is some automated exception management based on evaluating what is happening and then reacting on behalf of that. And by achieving this integration and by integrating those components, we can reduce the unplanned maintenance efforts and times and really assure some uptime for the real-time monitoring of the assets. Now, considering what kind of, let's say, objects or logistics asset we can connect with those sensors, we have a very broad variety of options here, like using pallets, boxes, trailers, returnable packaging, any assets, also connecting the forklifts, some containers. So everything where you think that it is important to securely track those products, because they may be very sensitive or high value, or we have a time-critical asset. Considering now the integration options that we have and the variety of assets, we can think of a couple of scenarios, right? And even here we have some predefined content already available for the project implementation, whether it be some order fulfillment tracking across your entire supply chain, multi-model delivery, so over the different stages of your shipment, even the cold chain monitoring, where it's very crucial to keep track of the temperature of the goods, or asset tracking in general, but also what Mr. Avar showed us, the intercompany or intra-company real-time tracking, also including the material condition sensing. Now, having said that, I would like to hand over back to you, Mr. Avar, I think for a quick live demo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mutz. It's also great to see what we can expect to hear from SAP side and how this business process correlates with localization and sensor data. So that's why now we will just short jump into one online demo, which actually is a real-time usable system running here at SIG, which is part of our SmaRT solution. So what you can see is the digital floor map of real shop floor, what we have here in Germany. And also this one is connecting all assets, as you heard before, from 4 different facilities. We will focus now just on the one where you will see now one at our headquarters, and we see a lot of different colors. So those colors are virtual geozones, which are logically through, I would say, from the process point of view defined, and are giving this transparency when some material is coming into the geozone, so the events can be triggered. That being said, we will just show you now two reports, one connected to one called heat map, which is giving you the capability to see some maybe path or route optimization potential or overall process optimization. So as I said, I will just choose our headquarter, I will choose one of our assets, and of course I will focus on some user-defined time frame, such as maybe today in the morning, where a lot of activities are, and I will search for just 15 minutes, so from 8 a.m. till 8 a.m. 15 minutes. This is easily to be done within our software, where you will just generate a report and immediately you will see some potential of optimization, where of course different colors are showing you the most crucial parts, such as red or maybe even orange areas where our vehicle moved, or asset in that case. So the red points had most of the impact, and those areas should be maybe more optimized in future. That being said, let's see the report called zone retention time. So how long did one or more assets have been in one or more geozones. So we will just choose now the report that we want to see this per geozone, and we will also use the first one, and as before we will choose our user-defined report from from 8 o'clock in the morning till, I would say now, let's see, the 1 hour from 8 till 9 o'clock. And we will generate a report which then actually will give us all information relevant to geozone, which we specified here. And we see a lot of assets within the geozone, and if we sort through our report the tags, we will see that we have two tags which are longer than others in geozone, so it can be maybe some optimization potential, but it can also be that the half-an-hour retention time within the zone is the appropriate way to be. So that being said, that's a short online demo, what we planned. So coming now back to the answers and I would say questions and answer session, I would like to point maybe just a short summary. And this summary goes now after our SmaRT logistic solution, which we presented to you. We hope that you understand, and when you talk about digital supply projects, the importance of having sensor and localization data, as well some, I would say, advanced software functions, which we developed as end-to-end integrated solution with SAP, is giving you additional benefit. So that being said, I'm looking forward to see some questions, and as well, thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Roland. Thanks, Jonas. We don't have too much time left, but I see a question looking at today's Industry 4.0's challenges and digitalization. An investment should be as less as possible. How does SIG localization system correlate with this?
So that's a really great question. So as I pointed, our offer, we assist our customers when they start a digital project at supply chain by consultancy, where we use best price performance technology also within our software, and we make a return on investment calculation as well the total cost of ownership. So this is giving a special boost to the projects and also giving this cost relation, and I would say additional yes go with such projects.
Yeah. I just want to have one sneak in one question. It looks like SICK is offering complete solutions. Is that the fact, and what can customer expect? You have answered already a little part of it in the previous question, but is my impression right, or?
Yes, exact. So the impression is right. So we, from the SICK point of view, when we talk with our customers, we saw the importance of having us as a SICK with, of course, the partners like SAP to be one-stop shop, to have fully integrated end-to-end solution, because customers cannot always jump from one to another partner. They seek a complete solution. And therefore, we are able to support our customers directly and, of course, act as a one-stop shop partner.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, it seems to me that the only importance is to call as soon as you have an idea and not wait and start working things out. Just give us a call and we can be a partner from the very start of your journey. Thanks a lot. And we'll meet in a few minutes. We'll take a trip to the UK with life cycle information as the topic for the last session in this track. So thanks a lot and see you in a few minutes.